evening. My name is Darlene Hominicks. I'm a senior consultant with Pampered Chef, and this is my husband, Eric. And we are cooking spaghetti squash this evening for supper. Eric, when was the first time you had spaghetti squash, do you think?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I never had it as a kid. Growing up in Cape Breton Island, we had potatoes and carrots and turnips and peas and beans, and that's about it. Anything else came from a can or frozen, or we just never saw it.
That's true.
Just like salad. Salad was lettuce and maybe something on it. Sometimes it was cottage cheese.
Yes, there you have it. Yeah, we were both from Nova Scotia, and our parents back in the day, they weren't really big on exotic fruits and vegetables, were they?
Oh, they certainly weren't. I suspect that the first time I had this, you make it for me.
Yeah, that's quite possible. I was introduced to it when I was at Acadia University, and I went to the very first farmers market in Wolfville during my first year of seminary, and saw this thing that I'd never really seen before, and I said to the farmer, "What is that?" And he said, "Oh, it's spaghetti squash." And I said, "Well, how does that work?" And he says, "Well," he said, "just steam it, and it actually comes out like spaghetti, and you can serve it with different sauces, and it's really good, and there's hardly any calories in it, and it's really good for you, lots of protein, not protein, but lots of vitamins and minerals." And wow, I was really impressed. So I bought the biggest one I could find, because they were selling them individually, and it didn't matter how big or how small they were. So I think it was like $2 for a spaghetti squash, no matter how big.
Those
so
were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. Now they charge you by the weight, and they're not cheap. But
do they come hollow like this one's
no,
hollow?
oh well, you know better than that. You were the one that just took all the seeds out.
That's true.
Yes.
That's
anyway,
true. And I like to use a soup spoon. It does a great job. Took me less than a minute to hollow this out. Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Well, there you go. And I used this paring knife to actually cut it in half, which the recipe that I'm using suggested, and I thought, there's no way. And boy, were they ever right. It really did work well. These are from Pampered Chef. We have a whole set that are different colors for different uses. And so, they're different colors, blue, and we have a green one, and we have, I think, what other ones do we have?
Well, there's
a red.
There's the big blue one. And
there's the light blue. There's the tomato knife. There you go. Yep. And that is the everyday knife. So, but don't make the mistake of thinking that just because they're cute, they're not sharp. They are extremely sharp, as long as you don't put them in the dishwasher. You need to wash them right away and dry them and put them back in their in these little containers that actually keep the blade sharp and keep your hands from getting cut when you're taking them out of drawers and everything. So this actually worked really great. Now we do have the other half of this in our quick cooker, and we're about to set it to chicken and poultry.
Okay. Well, before we do that,
yeah.
Is there anything in there besides the squash?
Oh yes, there is. We have 1 cup of, this is chicken broth, and we've put that in there because you always have to have at least a cup of liquid when you're working with the quick cooker. If not, your food's going to burn. So it needs that liquid needs to come to pressure, and that's what creates the pressure of the pressure cooker that the quick cooker
that's
is.
Interesting.
So we do set it to chicken and poultry because that is the highest level of pressure. Anything that has to do with meat, so chicken and poultry, beef and pork, they're all very, very, that's the highest pressure you can get with our quick cooker.
Right.
So we've done that, but we want to bring it down to 7 minutes. So we're going to press time, and then we're going to take it down by using the subtraction sign to 7 minutes.
So they're just counting backwards.
And here we are at 7 minutes, and then we're going to press start. And in 7 minutes, once this reaches pressure, it will start counting down from 7 minutes to 0 minutes, and then it's done. And what happens is then it starts to count up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And after 10 minutes of counting up, the pressure is naturally released.
Ah.
Okay, but this recipe, I do believe, called for us to manually press it.
Okay.
You do that at the top here. You press this button. This is where the pressure releases, and this is where you release the pressure. And you can see that there's a lot of space between the two, so that you don't get your hand near the releasing pressure, because that is extremely, extremely hot. So it makes this this pressure cooker very, very easy and safe to use.
Wonderful. So if
Yeah.
you're not in a hurry, you let it depressurize on its own.
Right.
But if you are in a hurry, or like doing Top Chef Canada or Master Chef or something like that, then you press the button.
Well, yes and no. I thought that too, but actually recipes will tell you either manually release it or naturally release it.
Oh.
If you manually release it, when they tell you to naturally release it, it may not be cooked. So if it says naturally release, you're better off to wait the time and allow it to naturally release.
So that must be one of the functions of having some liquid in there then.
Oh, absolutely. It's the liquid that gets pressurized, that creates the pressure to cook the food. So there you have
There
it.
you go.
Anyway, so
Follow directions.
there you go. Follow directions. I'm learning slowly but surely. That's how it's done. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful evening. We'll be back as soon as this finishes to let you see what it looks like and maybe put our other one in to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meanwhile, have a lovely evening and we will chat with you later.
Bye for now.